doing here is unique. It's not a play that I've run since I've been with Melaleuca. I've run this play in the past, and I'll tell you what it did. It helped me produce 50 six-figure earners and over 750 car qualifiers in my last organization. We had big numbers. We built that team to 22,000 people. That was a 100% organic build. What that means is it wasn't like a binary plan where part of the, like one leg was given to us and we built the other. It wasn't in my situation, I never had a leg rolled underneath me from an upline leader. It was day one, go and build. And I built it totally from scratch. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people think that I'm really good at this business. I'm not the best at this business. What happens is I get really focused. And when I get really focused, I get really good at I don't know why, because I'm not a natural details guy. Robert can tell you that's not my personality bent. But through the process of the years and going to personal development seminars, and I had to apologize to my mom. I said, Mom, I spent $100,000 in seminars learning what you tried to teach me for free. Sorry. but I did. I spent well over $100,000 going to seminars, dozens and dozens of them, to grow my mind, my mental space. So when I get focused on these things, I know how to break it apart in bite-sized chunks and to go after and mobilize units to go get it done. And the second thing Robert and I were talking about before we hopped on here, I said, here's one of the biggest missing ingredients in our space. We have some amazing coaches. Like Robert and I have a great friend, Ray Higdon. Love Ray. He's amazing. But guess what? He ain't in the trenches. He's not in the trenches with you. And even when he was building his business, he was one of those people that was more along the lines of setting plays in the motion, but he's not really digging with you. I'm a guy that I dig with my people. And I think the reason I dig with my people is because I remember how bad it sucks to suck. I remember how bad it sucks to be broke. I remember how bad it sucks to not be good in this industry. I remember how bad it sucks to have $50,000 worth of credit card debt strung around 6 credit cards with a mortgage and 2 cars. I remember all of that. I made sure to keep it in the DNA of the fiber of my being so that it would always motivate me to help other people and to get in the real trenches of what's going on. And so I'm telling you, we've got a good plan here. We've got a great plan, and we've got a very doable plan. But the plan does not work itself. The plan must be worked. It's not a hard plan. What we've laid out is a simple thing to do. I'm going to tell you something that one of my mentors about 15 years ago, he kind of took me along for a ride in one build. And what we did was the first night put 12 people in a room for a home party. All 12 signed up. We told everybody we're going to be back here again tomorrow night. Everybody come back and bring 2 or 3 of your friends. The next night, they brought 35 people. We enrolled all them. The next night, we had to move into a hotel meeting room because the house couldn't hold any more people. And by the next night, I think we had enrolled, I want to say we were up to 58. By the end of the week, in a 7-day span, we had put 350 people in the business.
Jeez.
Okay. What is the difference between what we did there and what people do that in 12 months, they have a team of 23 people? Well, they're sitting on the phone for an hour talking about the product and how good the product is. And, oh yeah, you would really love this stuff. And it's a sales job, right? I don't do a sales job. What I'm doing is mobilizing units into army camps, right? McDonald's, they're not in the cheeseburger business. The sorry sap that paid $5 million for the franchise, he's in the cheeseburger business. McDonald's owns more 1-acre lots than any company on the planet, all around the globe. I've eaten at McDonald's on many continents in different countries. It's amazing how much real estate they have. They're in the real estate business. Why? Outlets, outlets, outlets. And so this business is really just about going and finding outlets. And when you think about it that way, here's what happens. It changes the words that come out of your mouth. You don't talk the same. If you're trying to hit, and make no mistake here, I never want to make the person who is just going after the promos here and there seem like what they're doing is not awesome, because everybody is doing something different for their family, or they can believe at a different pace. That's just not the pace we're talking about here. Here, we're talking about raising up outlets. It's a different conversation. Hey, Josh, how's it going? Listen, you and I need to have a gut-to-gut, bro. Why? What's going on? When can we meet for a cup of coffee? I got something serious I need to talk to you about. I'm doing something big, and I thought of you. It may not work out for us to run together, but nevertheless, you need to take a look at what's going down. Well, what is it? I'll tell you when we get together, or I'll tell you when we can video chat, because I need to see your eyeballs. Right? It's a different conversation. It can still be fun. It doesn't have to feel like Hitler. It doesn't have to feel oppressive. I mean, I'm a smiley guy. I like to laugh. And I mean, I'm a blue personality. I don't know if you got, like, I'm the fun, always loses my wallet, loses my keys, socialite kind of a guy. But I also know that there are times, man, where you got to drive in and dig deep. And so the play that we have is a good play, but it is going to require that we actually run the play. Not hard. If you think about it, in a 30-day window, pull up my calculator, in a 30-day window, if you're trying to enroll 12 home conversion packs, that's just one every 2.5 days. So if at some point in a 2.5 day period of time, you can find the time to have a handful of short conversations, find somebody you can actually meet with, and then boom, here's another way you can do it. You can do it like you guys did at the party the other night, and you can leverage time, right? Little coffee appointments or lunches through the week, maybe some phone calls or a couple of video chats on Zoom or Facebook. And then Friday night's the party, or Saturday's the party, or Sunday evening's the party. Boom, right? You collapse time frames because you enroll 2 or 3 people during the week, push everybody to the party on the weekend. You're leading the charge. You're establishing a level of excitement that people want to get involved with. Does that make sense? So the first 6-figure income that I built in this business, I was a full-time worship pastor of a church that ran, we were probably running between 500 and 700. Wasn't a small congregation, very high maintenance people. Like, that was a demanding group of people. They wanted my time, breakfast, lunch, dinner, coffees, phone calls. I mean, it was a high demand situation. On top of that, I was opening our preschool that the church had every morning at 6:30, doing before and after school. They needed a combined 2nd and 3rd grade elementary school teacher and couldn't find one. I was an elementary school teacher. I am not an elementary school teacher, y'all. That is not my jam, but I did it. And then in the afternoon, I was teaching piano lessons to little snotty-nosed brats that didn't even want to be there, but their moms and dads wanted them to take. And then I would grab dinner with my family and run to the recording studio, and I'd be there to 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, get back up at 5. And I built a 6-figure income with that schedule. I built a 6-figure income. It took me 18 months. With that schedule, I built a 6-figure income. How did I do it? Shorter, more intense phone calls. Outsource to the tool. Short, intense phone call, enroll them. Not 60 to 90 minutes of, hey, how you doing? How's the kids? How's mom? Your toenails looking okay today? How's that armpit hair growing? Oh, by the way. And that's what we do sometimes. I love communicating with people, and I love for it to be real and authentic. And there's a time for us to talk about all that stuff. And then there's a time to call them and say, hey, listen, I got something I need to talk to you about. When can you meet me for a cup of coffee? I can't tell you over the phone. We got to meet face to face. Or, hey, listen, when can we video chat? I need to see your eyeballs. I got something I'm pumped about. We need to talk. What is it, Beverly? I'll tell you when we talk. What time works for you? 3 or 6? You choose. Can you be all right? Put it in your calendar. I'm putting it in mine. I'll see you then. Right? You're just driving to be able to have those conversations. We know not everybody's going to say yes, but I'll tell you this. When I got on fire, what happened in that season of time when I built that 6-figure income was I got so amped on my goal that it was like people could feel me burning. Does that make sense? I led a charge that I didn't know I was leading until I turned around and I was like, oh, we got some people doing this now. And, I did something crazy. I started doing these, I actually started doing meetings in the sanctuary of my church because it started growing and I started recruiting people I didn't even know, like in my local area, at the dry cleaners, at the grocery store, just recruiting people. And I got this long, I wish Robin was in here. I got this long piece of yellow butcher paper, 30 feet. We went to one of the teachers' stores where they buy teacher supplies and got that butcher paper they do for bulletin boards. I got 30 feet of it. She and I got 50-cent pieces from the bank and a pencil and a yardstick, and we made a 30-foot long graph, 7 levels deep, and we put like all the people in the top, and then all the second row, and then all the third row, and every time somebody joined the team, we put their name in the spot. And when we would get together at our Tuesday night meeting, we'd roll it out, and everybody would go and stand around, walk around like trying to find their name on the graph. And oh man, that guy really grew since last week. Holy cow, Beverly, how'd you get that deep in your organization? It made it fun. And so one of the things, Robert and Jamie, I'm going to encourage you guys to do is to go get a piece of poster board down at the pharmacy or at Walmart and have your 12 circles across the top. And underneath each circle, you have 12 lines going down. You're going to have your mom's name in a circle, 12 lines under her. Josh's name in a circle, same thing. Lynette's name in a circle, same thing. And so you have a visual that you can go to that will inspire you to get this done. And I'm going to do it too. I'm going to do one for your group, and I'm going to do one for Allie's group. And we're going to start filling in these spots with home conversion packs, okay? Now, here's the cool thing. We want every one of these people to be responsible for 12 home conversion packs. That's the goal. But let me tweak it a little bit for you guys so that it might make it feel a little easier to you. Now, if you want to make the most money, Josh, Kalea, if you guys want to make the most money, go personally enroll 12 home conversion packs because you'll make $75 a piece for them. That's $758. That's $900. That's $900 just in upfront. That's not even including the other bonuses. You're going to get $300 for going director and $400 for going director too. So that's $1,600 right there, like minimum. Piece of cake, right? But let's say that we're getting down to like the third week of the month and you've only got 7 home conversion packs, but you could go to one of those 7 and say, hey, dude, if you were to enroll 2, you could get this promo, get this amazing projector and stuff, and you'd make yourself a little bit of money. And you help them do that, then we could count those home conversion packs in that leg. It's not the most optimum way, but it'll get the job done. The goal is to be in charge, Josh, of 12. Beverly, you're in charge of 12 home conversion packs down that line. So you purchase a home conversion pack, help 12 people to do the same. It could be your personals, or it could be your personals if you get them wins. But we want each one of you to be in charge of 12 home conversion packs down your line. Does that make sense? Now, if this happens, if we can get this done, here's what's going to happen. And some people would tell me not to lead the way I'm about to lead you, but I'm going to do it anyway. And I'm going to tell you why after I tell you the enchilada. If all of this goes down and we were able to get Robert and Jamie to senior director in the month of November, if we could make that happen, minimum, they're going to make 20 grand in the month of November. Minimum, just in this month. We would make enough money in the month of November that if Jamie wanted to walk into the boss and be like, she could do it. Or she could say, hey, let me keep my job for a little bit longer. Let's take that money and let's pay off some debt. Let's get some credit cards paid down. Let's pay off a car or, whatever it is. Then what we can do, and the reason I said most leaders tell you not to coach like that is because they say, don't tell the people what's in it for the upline. I think that can be wisdom, but I don't think it's always wisdom. I know that sometimes I've had people in my team who have said, Nate, what goal are you trying to hit? How can we help you get there? And sometimes they get inspired by helping a leader. I'm one of those people. Like when I see, like right now, Alan Gazzino is trying to go from executive 9 to national to national 1. And I'm like, bro, what can I do to help you get there? And he's like, man, there's nothing you can do. I'm like, no, there's got to be something. He's like, no, literally, you've done everything you can do in your leg to help me. Now I need this other person, Miss Carol, to do her thing. And when she does, we'll go. But I'm always that way with Kevin. I'm always that way with Ernest. Hey, what can I do in my organization to help you guys? Where do I need to be focused to bring you more points so you can hit your rank? So what I always do is to tell people, if you're willing to help your leader move forward and get across this line, what happens is, number one, in the process, you flex your muscles and you get stronger at doing this thing that we do. So you grow your check and you make a little money. But you also do this. Upline leadership recognizes, and we say, whoa, Beverly went out and put in 13 home conversion packs last month. How you doing? Maybe we flip this thing around now and run this play with her. You see what I'm saying? And we start running this play on a grand scale with people like you guys that are very serious, but we can even run it on a smaller scale with people that maybe they can't believe for 20 grand a month. Maybe they're just like, hey, I just want to get to D3. And we can take the same concept and formulate it to them going D3. Make sense? We can wash, rinse, and repeat. So the homework assignment is going to be, Robert, you and Jamie, go get the big piece of poster board, put everybody's names on it, and we're going to start filling up those circles. You're a fourth of the way done with yours. You've got 3 committed. Now we got to get 9 more who are willing to be home conversion pack people. And here's another thing I want to tell you. If you can find somebody that's a previous existing customer, we can have this conversation with them and say, hey, listen, we need you to buy the home conversion pack, but the problem is you're past your time. You can't do that. But as a measure of good faith, so yeah, Beverly, that was me. As a measure of good faith, would you commit to placing a 100-point order in the month of November? Like instead of doing the 150 home conversion pack, do a 100-point order in the month of November as a down payment of what you're doing to help Robert and Jamie move forward, and let's get going. And we're going to help you buy stuff that you're going to use anyway. If you need like some new soaps for the bathrooms in the house, let's get those. You need some toothpaste, let's get that. You're out of protein shake, let's do that. Have you tried the gut health bundle? Best thing going for your gut, let's drop that in your cart. We'll find some things that'll work for them, right? So if you've got other people like that, Robert, we can make that deal. Yes.
I didn't want to interrupt. I raised my hand like a good student. Also, because it's November, we can start, if you're going to try to get your people to order, do that 100-point because they're past their time. We're looking at Christmas. So think Christmas shopping.
That's brilliant. That's a great idea.
Yeah, I agree with that for sure. We were already talking about, because they've got like everybody loves the coffee. Like every time I mention that coffee, people are like, wait, what's this coffee all about? And I'm like, hey, I didn't even drink coffee and I'm drinking this stuff, right? The coffee I think would be great. I know that the soap bundles would be great. They've got those chocolates out now. So I know like Christmas gifts, chocolates would be great. So yeah, definitely there's a lot of cool things that could be used as gifts.
Right on. I love it, man. That's a great idea. In fact, I need to start thinking that way too, and I had not done so yet. Everybody's getting coffee this year.
Yeah. Well, and then
some of them get fiber-wise.
And they're like, where do we get this stuff?
What we need to do is show up at Christmas dinner with like fiber-wise for everybody. Be like, you're welcome.
Exactly.
So, guys, I'll tell you this. This plan fails or succeeds right here. Mm-hmm. In the goalposts of the mind. Like it is such an easy plan. I'll tell you this, we're only talking about here like 20,000 points. I once personally pushed over 100,000 points in a plan in 13 days. And it was just mobilizing the units. It was me being willing to put my money where my mouth was and lead the charge. Like I was like, hey guys, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm telling you what we are doing together. And I went and got my personal recruitment on, and I led the charge by example, and which is what I've done with this team. I'm the number 1 recruiter on our entire team. Allie's number 2. And we only have, a handful of other people that have hit like the 20-20. And what breaks my heart is we've got so many of them that are capable. It's amazing. I think sometimes the little money on the front end is not a big enough catalyst to salt them down to get them to the bigger money. But here's the deal. You don't make 20 grand until you make 200. You got to make the 200 first. Yeah. But if you're willing to do this plan, this is something that we can run again and again and again. And I'll tell you what I told my son. My son's 18. He's just starting his Melaleuca business. He's like, Dad, do you think it's going to work? I said, no. I don't think it's going to work. I know it's going to work. Because in this model, unless you're sitting around with your thumb up your nose, success is inevitable. It's inevitable. It's just a process of time. If you do the work over time, arriving at a 7-figure income here for me, I put a 7-year clock on myself to hit 7 figures in 7 years. Some people, maybe it's going to take them 10 or 12. It might take 15. Jeff Miller's been doing it 23 years. He just had $1 million a month, 1.1 in a month. But it's consistency over time. The success is inevitable. It will come. But I want to hasten getting there. I'd like to get there a little more quickly. Right now, it's all about getting Robert and Jamie where we're wanting to get them, which is senior. And so are we all agreed to do our part that we're going to go out and it's like Katie bar the door, cutting the covenant, whatever we got to do, we're going to get there. All right. If we can get Lynette there too, Robert, then that's 3 that you've got that are committed. So we're going to find 9 more together, and let's just bust out as many 3-way calls, Zooms, whatever we got to do. I literally told Robin before we got to November, a couple days before Halloween, I said, everything on the calendar in the month of November, just cancel it. Like church and sex can stay on the calendar. Everything else is gone. Seriously. That was actually what I said. Because I'm like, I am more empowered and emboldened when the boy is happy, right? So pump me up. Let's go. I'm ready to conquer. I need some fuel for the fire. I need Jesus in my woman, and we're good. So other than that, we've cleared the calendar. We have cleared the calendar. We have cleared the calendar. This month, I'm doing Melaleuca. I've told Robert and Allie, I don't care. Now, I'm working on my master's degree full time, and I've told them I will walk out of class. I am dead serious. I can get C's in my classes. I do not care. I've pulled straight A's up until now. I get a couple C's, it ain't going to kill me. This is what I'm doing in November. This is what I'm all about. So I'm all in with you guys. Let's go get it. Everybody's got my number. You need me for a 3-way? Boom. Text me relentlessly. I'll hit you back. I promise. May have to, get off a couple of calls. Like last night, Josh, I was in the middle of a thing. That was one of the ones I got sucked into. 50th birthday party for a friend that I did not want to go to, but still. C's earned degrees. That's right, baby. I love it.
That's right.
I love it.
Well,
all right, y'all. Let's go get it. I just
gotta say, man, we appreciate that so much, and we're excited for this, and I want you guys to know too. I'll take my glasses off so you can see me here. Yeah, we're committed to this thing. We're ready to get it done, and we're ready to help you guys get it done. Because it's not just about us here. I mean, I appreciate that we're working towards a goal that we're going to hit, but we want you guys to hit your goals too. And we're committed to doing what it takes to get you guys there. And however we can help, please don't hesitate to reach out. I know, Josh, you've been hitting me up, and I know we're going to have some meetings tomorrow, and I'm even running a deal for him because he has to go to Portland. So I'm going to handle it for him and go ahead and get somebody signed up. So we're 100% committed to your guys' success as well. And we want this to work for everybody, right? So, and we know it will. So we just got to take consistent action and keep moving forward. And my goal is to get as many people rocking as we can before we take off. Obviously, you all know we're going to Mexico. And we're going to be available as best we can while we're there. And then we'll just hit it hard again right as we come back. So, yeah, we're excited to run with everybody. We're absolutely stoked about the plan, and however we can help, we're here. So.
The cool thing about it is, man, Robert, you guys are awesome. And the cool thing about it is that all these people that come in at home conversion packs, some of them are going to want to duplicate. And they'll be the mortar between the bricks, to fill this in. So what we probably need to start thinking about too is how we're going to handle the herd, because as this moves forward, we'll start to drive a lot of traffic. It's going to become almost impossible to do one-on-one getting started trainings. So probably what I'm going to start doing is for the month of November, I'll do a weekly getting started training that will drive everybody to.
Okay.
I will probably record them until I get one that I really, really like, but I don't want to ever mention that they're recorded until we have somebody that's just like, for whatever reason, their life schedule just absolutely does not allow for it, yet they are incredibly, incredibly serious, right? Life schedule doesn't allow them to get on live, but they're deadly serious and they're proving it with their activity. Then we'll get those people to record it. Other than that, we want them to be on a live environment because it's teaching them to carve out time in their calendar for their business. And they need to do that. They're going to be taught to do it because at first they don't have that mindset about what we do. They don't see this as a professional thing. They just see it as, I'll talk to a couple people and see if I can get them right. And y'all know, I mean, I don't even need to tell that story. You know what happens to those people. They're out of here in about 60 days.
Right.
You know? All right. Love you guys. I got a call to Mississippi I got to do real quick.
Sounds good, man. Appreciate it.
Most welcome. See you guys.
All right.
Thank you.